Well, video showing a parent and volunteer coach laying hands on a wrestler during a match in Nampa. Oh, it's got a lot of people talking online locally. Shira Matsuzawa joins us now with a look at that video and what the parties involved are saying about it. Shira, a lot of people asking about this.
Yeah, Joe, and you'll hear from them in just a moment, but we should note KTVB has done several stories with the wrestling coach at the center of this incident in the past, and he's a former wrestler and local entrepreneur. Saturday's wrestling match between Rocky Mountain High School and Nyssa High School.
It went from really a 0 to 100 pretty quick.
This is what it looked like as wrestlers from both schools were on the mat. The one video shows volunteer coach and parent of the Rocky Mountain wrestler Russell Brunson runs onto the mat. In the video, you can see Brunson put his hands on the Nyssa student wrestler.
I've just never seen anybody actually make it to the wrestling mat and physically put hands on a wrestler.
Bobby DeLeon is the head wrestling coach for Nyssa.
There's really no excuse for that, regardless of whatever the situation was.
KTVB spoke with Brunson via text message. He sent us a statement saying, "There is no excuse for my actions on January 20th. I should not have stepped onto the mat and tried to break up the wrestling match. I saw my child in a potentially dangerous position and reacted rashly. I've reached out to the family directly and sincerely apologize for my inappropriate reaction."
I was extremely disappointed when I heard what had happened.
Ty Jones is the executive director of the Idaho High School Activities Association. He says in his 10 years with the association, he has never seen something like this happen in Idaho.
Unfortunately, I've seen it in other states, but I can't recall something since I've been the executive director where we've had a parent or a coach put their hands on a kid. There's no place ever for a fan or a general spectator or a coach or an official to ever put their hands on a high school kid.
On Wednesday, the 3rd District Board of Control President Craig Woods told KTVB the board, which helps oversee high school athletics, reviewed the video as well as a letter from Brunson.
We discussed what would be the consequences, what would be a fair and just consequence, I guess, for this situation. The team walked through a lot of scenarios, and it was a unanimous decision. It was a motion was made to suspend the coach indefinitely as a high school coach for Idaho High School Associations, and then also suspension from being a spectator from all athletic events, Idaho High School athletic events through the 24-25 school year.
KTVB reached out to Brunson about that ban. He said the most heartbreaking thing is that they won't allow him to watch his son's matches his senior year. He goes on to say, "I wish I wouldn't have reacted the way I did, but these are the consequences of my reaction, and I have to live with that." In a statement, the West Ada School District told KTVB Coach Brunson has voluntarily resigned from his position as coach, further acknowledging the impact of his actions. As a school district, we take these matters seriously and are conducting a thorough investigation into the incident. The parents of the Nyssa wrestler sent KTVB a statement which read in part, "On this particular morning, a coach/father saw their kid and athlete in a completely legal, non-threatening but uncomfortable move, saw the uncomfort in his child, and reacted in an unacceptable way. And a 14-year-old was hit by an adult. A major line was crossed and consequences have to follow."
Our kid did nothing wrong, right? He has nothing to be sorry about. Mr. Brunson's son apologized to me. He has nothing to be sorry about. They wrestled. They did what they set out to do that morning, right? Neither of them have anything to apologize for. That's part of our sport, and discomfort occurs.
The parents of the Nyssa wrestler also say they hope that everyone can be a little kinder, more patient, slower to anger and judgment, and give each other a little bit of grace as everyone makes mistakes. But of course, Joe, we'll have all of these statements on our website at ktv.com.
And I know we've gotten a lot of messages and emails over the last several days asking about the details. And as you just touched on, there's the story, comprehensive at ktvb.com.
Absolutely.
All right, Shira reporting here on the News at 6. Thanks so much, Shira.